Oh man, I'm stealing these C2C glasses. We ain't gonna get that back. I used to drink, and I still do. I'd go out and have a couple, then I'd have a few. I always been picky on the beer or wine or booze I used to drink. For me, it used to be just when I had a song coming on or felt the muse, I would sit down and start to write. That's not the more professional way. That's not the Nashville way. Nashville, you have all these songwriters that gather every morning to, in Music Row or wherever else they are in Nashville, to co-write. Now the other bit, you do have a song idea come to you, whether it's a lyric, a title, a verse, a tune, a melody, a chord structure. Any of those things can come a little bit. Sometimes they come together. And what you do then is you pull out your phone and you do a memo. So I save it. Maybe I name it if it's something. I have things on my memo called Deedle Deedle Dum Dum, and I'll play that and it'll go Deedle Deedle Dum Dum, Deedle Deedle Dum. It'll just be a little part of something that I could do, or I save lyrics or I save titles. I collect those little bits and bobs, and then when I co-write with somebody, you sit down and everybody goes, well, what do you got? And you're scrolling, well, I got something here called Deedle Deedle Dum Dum, and then and you play it, and usually everybody goes, what else you got? But sometimes they go, I got something for that, and you write a song off of it. Now I got a car that says it's nice and legal too. I used to smoke and drink, and I still do. I love the co-write because it's a pretty magical thing. 2 people, 3 people walk into a room. Sometimes you barely know each other. You just talk for a little while, just like we are doing here. Out of that room came a third thing, this song that might go on to be more famous, bigger than either of the 2 writers in the room or bigger than anybody, it could imagine. You have no idea what a song can do in the end, how far it can go. I used to love you, I still do. But since you went and left me, I sure need those other 2. Now I smell like Willie's tour bus, my blood's 100 proof. I used to smoke and drink and love you, I still do. I used to drink, and I still do. So if I drown my frown around this town and take a toke or 2, until I don't feel nothing, that beach feeling blue. I used to smoke and drink and love you, I still. That song I just played, when I was getting ready to go tour the UK back in October, I was downstairs just practicing, and this is a different way to write a song. This is me just practicing, and even when I was back in school, I was no good at homework, so my brain would wander, and I just was with my guitar, and I was like, I started doing that, and then the rest just came from it. So, but I was glad it was that it did come from, because when I went and did that UK tour, I just stood there with a guitar and played that song, and it was crazy. It was one of the ones that they remembered. Just a guitar and a stage and an audience, and they somehow, that one moved them. I used to smoke and drink and love you, I still do. I used to smoke and drink and love you, I still do.